everyone, welcome back to Lynn's Homestead. Well, this is the time of year the employees of Lowe's gets their 20% off. I totally forgot. My back has been so much pain along with my feet, my shoulders, just everything. I sit there thinking, I go, well, I know one thing I really wanted to get. I wanted to get a new grinder. Now the grinder I've been using for several years is electric. Well, like my other cordless tools, I go, I want to go battery. So, normally this is $49 minus my 20%. Then you got to add the 10% sales tax, so. So, let's get this thing out and take a look at it. Get a book. Got a handle and a tool. And here's the grinder. And I believe we got a wheel. It's a 4.5 inch, 20 volt. Now the one thing this does is something that my electric one don't. You can loosen this thing up and you can turn this thing around so you can position it anywhere you want. I like that. So let's see. Gotta press a button here on the back. Rotate this thing around. Let's see, is this thing tight? Yes, it is. Alright, let's get the handle off. The wrench. So let's see here. Now if you put a cutting disc in, you put it in on this way, but when you're using these thick grinding wheels, just put it on the mandrel like that, and you put that small part in. I'm still holding that button. And tighten it up. That's pretty good. I like it. And then we got the handle. Well, I'm used to holding something like this. So you can actually put it here, on top, or on this side. So you can use it wherever, but for the time being, I'm just going to put it in here. Now, Craftsman cordless tools has a 3-year warranty, which is, I'm pretty much good with that. So, working at Lowe's for 23 years, you do get special deals. Now, a lot of us in our receiving department, people bring back a tool, something didn't work, they've used. One person brought back a 5-piece set, $200. I don't know what in the world they were doing. It looked like drywall dust all over it. All over it. It was caked up, and you wonder why it don't work. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the battery out of my flashlight here, and we're going to put it in here. Now I believe there's only one speed on this thing. Isn't that kind of cool? It can actually sit upright. So, there's a lock on here. So I'm taking a guess that we do that. And then you put the lock on, it locks the trigger. You know, I like that because my Porter cable, guys, it has it still has a button, but it has this weird little locking mechanism on. It's frustrating because when you're sitting there and you're trying to cut metal, you know, which is kind of cool. I can do it like this and have the handle here and have more control. That button just don't want to flip. And it just, when you're trying to do something, it kind of pisses you off because you can't use it the way you want to use it. But it's nice to have the safety mechanism. Now it's a shame you can't. No, I don't think it will. I was able to lock mine on, but it's okay. I just assume have it this way, being the safe way. Also want to talk to you about my truck. When I changed that smog pump, which is just a 12-volt blower, I'm taking a guess squirrel cage. There's going to be a video coming up once I finish my little lift basket in the barn. I'm going to take the thing apart and see what makes it work and why it failed. Now, when I start the engine up, or just turn the key on, it sounds like a vacuum cleaner. It's that loud underneath my seat, basically under the floor on the frame. And it has two hoses going to it. One goes up to the EGR valve, or this little valve, and the other one goes up to the air cleaner. There's a hose that comes up in there. It's a real long configuration, really strange. Now, so far, and this is no joke, so far, I've driven 125 miles and I haven't used a quarter of a tank yet. Guys, that's just unheard of. My truck don't get that kind of gas mileage. It's getting gas mileage like if you're driving a little Volkswagen around. But I'll give you an update when I hit the halfway mark. Now, a half a tank, normally, when I hit right on the half, I'm at about 200 and sometimes maybe around 220. But if I'm at 125, I might be able to get closer to 250, 260. I don't know. Because you know when you fill a tank up and you go a little bit past that point, you normally can go a little further. But I fill it up the same place every time. So I'm curious to see what kind of fuel mileage I'm going to get out of it. Now, that pump is one that would fit in a 2005 and under. They sold me the wrong pump. Even though they said it would fit, it doesn't fit. I mean, it fits, but the hoses connect differently. It's the same engine, same specs on the engine, but it's different. So I don't think this new pump's going to hurt my engine. I'm not getting any knock from the knock sensor. I'm not tripping any codes. So I'm just going to take a guess it's all right. So if you keep following my channel like you guys are, and I appreciate each and every one of you, this could be something that you might be able to get better fuel mileage out of your Trailblazer. I think they got the Ascender. There's a bunch of different vehicles that takes these parts. Check into it. If you're getting lousy gas mileage, chances are it's probably your pump. And to explain, there's only 3 bolts that hold it on. 2 hoses you pull off. There wasn't even any clamps on it, which I thought was kind of odd. And 1 wire connection. That's it. That's all there is to it. Once you get it off, there's 3 nuts that holds the stupid thing on to the bracket. You just have to pay attention on how the thing came off, and then you put it together the same way, and you slap it up underneath, you tighten up the bolts, hook up the wire harness, and hook on the hoses. And that's it. You know, you don't need to go to a dealer. You don't need to go to a shop. As long as you have, I believe it was a 13 millimeter on the bolts that hold the bracket to the frame. And it was, I believe, 10 millimeter that holds the pump to the bracket. Anybody can do it, as long as you just have the tools. But anyways, I want to show you my new tool. And it'll be used on my channel when I'm doing any metal work. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. And I'll see you next time here in Lynn's Homestead. You have an awesome day. You need to get off the table. Cats are not allowed on the table. No.